Now, your forecast first from the 4-Zone Weather Team, certified most accurate.
Tracking the chance of rain as we head into the weekend. But first, here is a live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez low weather camera. It is still very nice out there. 78 degrees with a mix of sun and clouds. The humidity is still very low. Dew point at 45. There is a noticeable breeze right now from the east and northeast at 11 miles an hour. Comfortable all across the zone. 70s for the most part. A few spots in the low 80s. It's going to stay comfortable throughout the afternoon with low humidity levels. We'll continue to see times of clouds and sun. Forecast high between 85 and 86. Watching the cold front that's going to be working its way across our area heading into the weekend. Could have some heavy rain. We'll talk about those rain chances and rainfall amounts coming up in your 7-day forecast.
One person is dead and 2 injured after an 18-wheeler flew off an overpass in Seguin.
James Cotter can take off his GPS ankle monitor. That, of course, the man accused of helping Brad Simpson hide evidence in the alleged murder of his wife, Suzanne.
And witnesses take matters into their own hands when a fire breaks out downtown.
A stepmom accused of helping her son conceal evidence in a triple murder is seeking a bond reduction. Right now, we take you inside that courtroom.
News 4 San Antonio at noon. We're here for you.
I hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. Thank you for watching News 4 at noon. I'm David Chancellor.
And I'm Marisa Mendoza. One person is dead and 2 people injured after an 18-wheeler crashed over the side of an overpass and landed on traffic below. This was on I-10 on the intersection with State Highway 123 in Seguin. I-10 is back open, but at last check, part of 123 was still closed down. This is exclusive footage from Sky 4. You can see the cab of the big rig has been completely destroyed. It landed on at least 1 car. No word yet on what caused the crash. James Cotter, Brad Simpson's business partner, back in court this morning trying to have his ankle monitor removed. News 4's Tawny Davis joins us now with details on what happened in court.
It was a short hearing today as James Cotter appeared before Judge Joel Bettis. There, his attorney requested that his GPS monitor be removed, which Judge Bettis granted. As we know, Cotter is charged with tampering with evidence and possession of a prohibited weapon after investigators say he helped his friend and business partner Brad Simpson cover up evidence following the disappearance of Simpson's wife Suzanne more than a year ago. An arrest affidavit showed that Cotter allowed the police to look through his phone, where they found messages with Brad about hiding a gun. The gun was later found in a wall in Cotter's home in the Dominion. During today's hearing, Cotter's attorney said the removal of his GPS monitor since his release on bond is necessary for personal and professional reasons. The judge agreed but told Cotter not to obtain a passport per the removal of the GPS. Cotter has been free on bond since November 2024, since a judge drastically reduced his bond from $1 million to $100,000. We are continuing to monitor this case and update you both on air and online. I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
In the Allen at the Live Desk, we are following live pictures out of a San Antonio courtroom where a stepmom accused of helping her son conceal evidence in a triple murder is seeking a bond reduction right now. This is video coming out of that courtroom from just a few minutes ago. Myrta Romanos is being accused of helping her stepson Christopher Preciado conceal evidence. Preciado is being charged with the murders of Savannah Soto, her boyfriend, and their unborn child in December of 2023. Investigators say he shot and killed the couple following a drug deal and then was helped by Romanos and his dad to hide their bodies. Her bond currently totals $600,000, and she was just asked about the steps she's taken to try and pay that.
And you're talking to your family to help you with these things. Have you talked to them about potentially payment plans for these things?
Yes, we were talking about maybe getting some kind of loan.
Your family getting a loan on your behalf?
Trying to see if I can get it under my own name.
Again, Romanos just saying she was working to get a loan. Romanos was asked if she has somewhere she can live and work if she is to get out. We'll continue to follow the story. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
All right, Emma, thank you. Also happening in court today, the trial resumes for 3 former San Antonio police officers charged in the shooting death of a local woman. Yesterday, attorneys detailed evidence collected at Melissa Pettis' apartment back in 2023. That includes pictures of bullet fragments and broken glass. Former officers Eleazar Alejandro, Alfredo Flores, and Nathaniel Villalobos are all facing charges related to her shooting death. News 4 is live streaming that. Begins today at 1:30. You can watch everything that's happened so far as well. Just go to our News 4 YouTube page. In fact, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you directly there.
The latest now on a big story from this morning. One woman was hospitalized after an auto shop on Fredericksburg Road caught fire. That's just northwest of downtown. Police telling us she lives in the back of that building and is expected to be okay. This happened at around 6 o'clock this morning. Our Sky 4 managed to get this exclusive footage from the air. Workers at a nearby business attempted to put the fire out before first firefighters got on scene.
On the palm tree right here, this one, it was just flaming up, and he had a hose with water, so he sprayed water to the palm tree, got the flames almost all the way out, but then the inside of the building started to get on fire, and that's when the fire squad came in and they started, doing their work.
The fire department says arson could be a possibility. Investigators say the palm tree may have caught fire intentionally, but that's still under investigation.
New developments in a stabbing overnight on the southeast side. A woman has now been arrested. Emergency crews called out to the South Point apartment complex around midnight. Investigators say they found Angelique Ladner with blood on her shirt. The victim is a man in his 40s. He was stabbed several times in his arms. He was taken to the hospital, but we're told should be okay. Police say Ladner has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
A man is dead after being hit by a train near the airport. It happened around 6 o'clock last night along the tracks off Wetmore Road. That's not far from Wurzbach Parkway. Witnesses told investigators that he was walking on the tracks in the middle of a bridge. He tried to run to the end of the bridge to get out of the way, but he couldn't make it in time. So far, his name has not been released.
The Texas Commission of Environmental Quality just decided to approve the permit for what's been a controversial wastewater plant in northwestern Bexar County in Gray Forest. So the wastewater plant will serve the proposed Guajolote Ranch developments. The company wants to build 2,900 homes in that area. Residents, though, worried about polluted drinking water. Potentially 1 million gallons of sewage would be released daily into the Helotes Creek watershed, which does feed the Edwards Aquifer. Representative Mark D'Orazio spoke at the meeting. He says he can't get on board with the plan. Helen Gilbert, who represents a group in favor, says there's no risk.
I have talked to city, state, and county leaders. I've spoken to Republicans and Democrats. I've spoken to scientists, businessmen, homeowners. I've met with Lennar, and I've met with residents along the Helotes Creek. Through all of that, I keep coming up to the same conclusion. This wastewater treatment plant is unwise.
But this permit meets and exceeds applicable rules and statutes. It is not a serious risk, as you just heard. With all due respect, the protestants and Representative D'Orazio have not looked at the evidence.
The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says they will grant the permit, saying the applicant did meet the burden to establish draft and does meet all requirements.
The proposed summit between President Trump and Putin is on hold. The U.S. saying no new meeting has been set.
Holiday shopping could get a little messy thanks to something called ghost tapping. Find out how thieves are now scamming credit cards.
And a middle school student assaulted in the hallways, and it's all caught on camera. That video coming up.
And in weather, cooler and less humid today. Enjoy it because it gets muggy and even warmer Thursday and Friday. That's before the next weather maker. It's a storm that's approaching California right now. That's going to bring us a strong cold front. Rain chances increasing this weekend. Your full forecast coming up.
President Trump said his plan for a swift second meeting with Putin has been put on hold because he didn't want to be a waste of time. European leaders accuse Putin of stalling. Keir Simmons reports from Moscow.
Hey there, good day to you. The Kremlin today insisting that preparations continue for a summit between President Trump and President Putin, but the Russian government at the same time saying its demands must be met before there is peace in Ukraine. That comes after a difficult phone call between Foreign Minister Lavrov and Secretary of State Rubio. That phone call was designed to try to make preparations for that summit, but appears to have descended into an argument over what the outcome should be, with the Russian government saying that it would not be prepared to simply freeze the front line in Ukraine, and that other agreements should be made, including that Ukraine should end up as a neutral country, perhaps even with a limited army. The Europeans and Ukrainians are unlikely to agree to that, arguing that Russia would be open to be able to attack again. European leaders issuing a statement saying that they support President Trump's view that the fighting should end immediately. So far, we have not heard directly from President Putin himself. Inside the Kremlin there behind me, President Putin will be figuring out his next move and whether a meeting between him and President Trump will actually be practical and will make progress.
And today, Vice President J.D. Vance continues his high-level meetings in Israel to move forward Gaza's fragile ceasefire. Today, bodies of 2 more hostages have been handed over to Israeli military. This leaves 13 bodies that still need to be recovered in Gaza and handed over, a key element to the agreement.
Most people have an opinion on a downtown Spurs arena, and that's already starting to show at the polls. Numbers on early voting and when you can get out and vote.
Big storm system coming towards Texas. It's going to bring us a pretty strong cold front Friday into Saturday. Talking rain Friday night through Saturday morning here. Could see some strong thunderstorms and heavy rain. I'll track it for you in your full forecast, showing you the 7-day zone by zone after the break.
A Northside ISD middle school student is facing charges in connection with an assault caught on video. A 14-year-old girl is shown being dragged by her hair and punched several times at Zachary Middle School. Students stood and watched before teachers stepped in and stopped it. The victim's parents say their daughter has been targeted since the beginning of the school year.
It felt personal, because it sucks because, you can't be there for your child while they're going through this, and we really want to just get her voice out there for her.
News 4 reached out to the school district. They say police arrested the student in the video, and she was arrested and now faces charges.
So we're a couple of days into early voting, and the numbers have been pretty good. 11,000 people voted yesterday in person. That's according to the Elections Department. That's about 1,500 more than voted on Monday, meaning roughly 20,000 people have already voted. Keep in mind, a little more than 140,000 voted entirely for mayor. So this is, however, millions of registered voters across Texas, including some here in Bexar County, are under review. The Secretary of State's office says that more than 2,700 voters are possibly non-citizens. That includes 201 here in Bexar County. Texas uses what's called the Systematic Alien for Verification for Entitlements program, which confirms citizenship status before voting. The state says it ran the database against the registered voter list and found 2,700 suspected non-citizens. Now, critics of this say it basically could be someone just has outdated information. They point to incomplete data as a possible issue with the program. The federal government has warned states about using the SAVE program over voter list maintenance, saying it could lead to mistakes or even incorrect information.
The city of San Antonio says a Saws plant downtown may not be relocated to make room for a new hotel. The statement comes after a News 4 I-Team report showed the estimated cost of the relocation has doubled to $200 million. A 1,000-room hotel at that location was listed as part of the proposed downtown sports and entertainment district. But the city says if it's not practical, the relocation will not happen. At the same time, critics of Project Marvel question whether there's even a demand for an expanded convention center and hotel.
We are flooding the market just here in Texas with new convention center space.
What the city's own figures show about the need for more convention hotel rooms. News 4 I-Team update tonight at 10 on News 4 San Antonio.
All right, I'm going to tell you about something called ghost tapping. It is a new tactic used by thieves to get your credit card information without you even using that card. Linda Baquero now reports.
The next time you're in a crowd, maybe coming out of a game or a concert, beware of a growing new scam that could cost you lots of money. Tap to pay is a fast, easy, and convenient way to pay for things. It's also a fast new way to steal your money. Andres Tapia says he was tapped for $500 in fraudulent charges.
I still to this day do not know how it happened. I think I was just unlucky.
Andres could be a victim of what cybercriminal experts are calling ghost tapping.
And what it is really is wireless skimming, where somebody gets close to you and they're literally wirelessly skimming the information on your phone or your card.
Claire Rosenzweig is president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau serving metropolitan New York. The BBB says in some cases, crooks use a near-field communication reader to steal credit card information and make fraudulent charges.
Or it can be in other situations like somebody set up on the street to get money, they say, raising it for charity or for some emotional cause, a funeral, for instance.
The BBB reports that was the ruse for one recent victim.
They checked their account with the credit card. They were charged almost $15,000.
So what can you do to protect yourself? Consider storing your cards in an RFID blocking wallet. Matt Barnett is CEO of cybersecurity firm 7X.
It really just comes down to kind of paying attention to where you're at, people getting close to you, right? All the kind of normal suspicions you would have for pickpocketers, you should also have for the near-field communication theft.
When tapping to pay, check the merchant's name and the amount of the charge on the screen. And most importantly, review your charges regularly.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Caillé.
Something else we have to watch out for. My goodness.
Yeah, they're getting craftier with the way they are stealing from us.
Why can't they just leave us alone? Get a job, scammers. How about that?
You
All
tell
right, let's talk weather because, guys, our weather is definitely going to be changing by the end of the week into the weekend. And then again, possibly this time next week. So let's get right to it. So the weather maker that's going to bring us a cold front is currently sitting off the coast of California. It's a Pacific storm that's going to be moving east, and it's going to take a track pretty far south. Although the center of that storm system may stay just to the north, it's going to bring us a strong cold front, and that's what's going to bring us showers and thunderstorms Friday night after midnight through early Saturday morning. Rain chances are going up, and we're expecting a decent amount of rain. Probably, I would say, the most rain we've seen in over a month. We'll talk more about that coming up. I'll track the front for you, but let's talk about the nice weather right now because it is absolutely beautiful outside right now. It's comfortable. The air is a lot drier. Dew points are mostly in the 40s and 50s. Now, the farther south you are, it's a little more humid with dew points there in the 60s. Because of this drier air and some lingering clouds, temperatures are mostly in the 70s. A couple spots to the south in the low to mid 80s, 78 right now in San Antonio. This afternoon, we'll continue to see times of clouds and sun. We'll be in the mid 80s from 3 until 5. The sun is now setting before 7 p.m., so it does get cooler quicker by 7:82, and then we'll be in the upper 70s by 9 o'clock this evening. It is feeling very pleasant today because we're getting cooler, drier air settling in behind that weak frontal boundary that came through the area yesterday. There it is, just to the south. Notice the rain that's starting to move into the southwestern U.S. That is associated with that Pacific storm. Again, it is going to be moving inland later today into tomorrow. This afternoon, no rainfall for us. The humidity levels stay low. However, that's short-lived because it does get humid tonight. So it'll be muggy tomorrow morning. It'll be cloudy, warmer too, warmer than this morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll see partly sunny skies with a very isolated shower. There could be a pop-up shower here in San Antonio. Better chance for maybe a couple showers in the eastern zone and near the coast. Warmer and more humid for your Thursday, and it stays that way Friday. Here comes that strong front, so it's going to be approaching West Texas Friday afternoon. We'll likely start to see rain breaking out in our western areas Friday evening, and then we'll have to wait for the showers and storms closer to San Antonio and the I-35 corridor late Friday night. It'll likely continue into Saturday morning and then gradually clearing out from west to east Saturday in the afternoon. Check out how much rain this computer model is showing. This is from the Weather Prediction Center. We're expecting a general ½ an inch to an inch plus, but I won't be surprised if some parts of San Antonio, specifically the northern and eastern parts, including the eastern hill country and the eastern zone, pick up over 2 inches of rain. We'll be on top of that for you. Rain chance going up to 60% Friday night, 50% Saturday morning, and then gradually tapering off. It does get cooler over the weekend. It looks like another front sometime next Tuesday or Wednesday may not bring us rain, but it could set us up for some chillier temperatures, possibly lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s mid to late next week. That is your forecast. Here's the extended for the eastern zone. We'll be right back.
NBA in full swing now. The league got started last night. 2 games in primetime right here on NBC. Tonight, the Spurs kick off the year on the road in Dallas. There is a lot of hype when it comes to this game. Because on one side, you got Wemby, who was the #1 pick a couple of years ago. And on the Mavs side, you have this year's #1 pick in Cooper Flagg. Flagg and Wemby will carry the NBA for the next decade for a whole bunch of reasons. And one is the fascination with Victor. So take his height, for example. He's officially listed as 7'4" now, but many believe he could be closer to 7'6". It's a huge debate going around in the NBA, something that Victor just sort of laughs at now.
The truth is, in my mind, it doesn't really make a difference. It's true. I'm taller than anybody else. That's all you need to know. It's more like over the years, it's become a non-subject to me. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, there's so many more interesting things about me.
Look, I don't know how exactly tall he is. All I know is the rim's 10 feet off the ground, and he barely jumps to dunk. So take that for what it's worth. Spurs at Dallas. Later than usual tip time tonight, 8:30. News 4 will have a crew there. We'll have live reports starting tonight at 5 o'clock right here on 4.
A Spurs facility on the northwest side will soon be a community center. The team is donating their practice facility in the medical center. They're hoping it will be used for workforce readiness training, mental health and wellness spaces, and leadership development for educators. The facility opened back in 2002 as one of the first dedicated team practice facilities within the NBA.
Well, there is more to come over the next 30 minutes, including a renewed push to build a light rail between here and Austin.
San Antonio City leaders considering ways to deter mail cluster thieves. Details on the city's two-pronged approach.
News 4 San Antonio at noon. We're here for you.
Welcome back. You're watching the second half hour today. Local leaders cracking down now on mailbox thieves.
A proposal is headed to council Thursday for all-night security lighting around cluster mailboxes. San Antonio City Councilwoman Marina Alderete Gavito proposed all-night security lighting as well as a task force. She says the task force is a long-term solution that involves San Antonio police and how residents would report the crime.
We don't want to keep replacing these mailboxes again and again just to have them broken into, right? We wanted to get to the root of the issue.
The councilwoman Alderete Gavito says mailbox thieves are not just looking for credit cards, but people's IDs or even medication being delivered to homes.
In the Allen at the Live Desk, brand new information just coming into our content center. We now know the identity of the person who died in this crash this morning in Seguin. That person is now being identified as 63-year-old Anthony Stevenson from Seguin. Police say a white Hino straight truck traveling westbound on Interstate 10 left the road and fell onto northbound lanes of Highway 123 bypass. The truck hit a gray sedan and then landed on a red sedan that were both traveling northbound. We know Stevenson was the person driving the red sedan. Both the driver of the Hino truck and gray sedan were transported to hospitals. Police say this is still under investigation. And we're just also getting another update into our content center for a story we told you about at the beginning of our show. The stepmom accused of helping her son conceal evidence in a triple murder that was seeking a bond reduction was just denied that bond reduction. We have more information on that story over on our website, news4sanantonio.com. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
Emma, thank you. A Texas man accused of killing a boy playing a prank on him has been indicted for murder. Gonzalo Leon Jr. is accused of shooting 11-year-old Julian Guzman in August. Investigators say Guzman was part of a group of kids playing ding-dong ditch at Leon's home when he was shot in the back. Ding-dong ditch is when someone rings a doorbell then runs away before anyone can answer the door. Leon is still in jail on a $1 million bond.
Police in Shirts need your help finding a missing 19-year-old who has Asperger's. That is Zacharias Stallings. He was last seen Saturday around 7 o'clock in the evening near Nature Path in Parkland's Way. Stands about 5'9", weighs about 155 pounds. You can see in the picture he's got black hair. He has brown eyes. Again, his name is Zacharias. If you see him, call Shirts Police 210-619-1200. The former interim sheriff for Terrell County has turned himself in. He is accused of lying about timesheets and stealing from the government. That money allegedly came from Operation Stone Garden, which was used for border protection. Now, according to the indictment, thousands of dollars were misappropriated back in 2022. Jose Carlos Juarez now charged with theft and tampering with a government record. Commissioners in Travis County are getting serious about a high-speed rail. This has been talked about for a long, long time. A high-speed rail between Austin and San Antonio.
They're greenlighting a study to look at rail infrastructure and possible service options. Jamal Kennedy has more from Austin.
Any discussion, court members? We have no callers. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Passes unanimously.
In a unanimous vote Tuesday, Travis County Commissioners Court passed a $124,000 feasibility study. That money is on the fast track towards looking into the potential of high-speed rail being built between Austin and San Antonio.
The study we're proposing today would also be conducted by HNTB and focus on other options using the right-of-way of state highways and interstates in the region.
Michelle Moe with HNTB Corporation says the study will analyze current rail infrastructure and potential service options. The route would stretch along State Highway 130 near Austin-Bergstrom International Airport to Interstate 10 in San Antonio.
I'm very excited about this one. This is looking at if we can squeeze a passenger rail route in the right-of-way that, does not involve taking a lot of private land. I think that makes the possibility of getting rail between Austin or sort of Williamson, Travis area down to Bexar County much more realistic.
The county is responsible only for the money going towards the study, but Judge Andy Brown says if things move forward after the study period is up, then they would look at partnering with other counties and corporations for more funding.
We just have to make sure that everybody understands that there are real economic opportunities here to move freight and to move people.
Mario Sosa says the thought of high-speed rail making the commute between the two cities easier excites him.
If they have an easier way to transport into Austin, it's going to make it a lot cooler.
People are just ecstatic about the prospect because nobody likes being stuck on I-35.
In Austin, I'm Jamal Kennedy.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
Why are people here so against the rail system, you think?
I have that same question because I'm surprised it doesn't exist already.
Right. I mean, because, you're from the East Coast, I'm from the Midwest in Chicago, and we have trains, a lot of tolls.
Well, we like to move at a different pace here.
Can you imagine, though,
no,
to Austin, to Dallas, to Houston? I mean, I'll probably be outside of San Antonio every weekend.
I will say this, this is not the same thing, but the toll road is, we were talking behind the scenes, is a game changer to me. From here to Austin, I don't even care if it takes, 2 minutes off my commute. The fact that I'm not having to navigate construction for an hour and a half just saves probably 5 years off the stress of my life.
We voted. There was a vote to have a toll road here, and it was voted again, down. So,
well, that toll road now, though, David, is starting to get packed. So we need a train. All right, let's talk temperatures. My goodness, great outdoor weather out there right now. And it's going to stay this way this afternoon. Humidity will stay low. We'll see times of clouds and sun. Temperatures will get to the mid and upper 80s, maybe a couple spots in the low 90s, but that's it. Great weather right now to have lunch outside, upper 70s to low 80s, 78 right now in San Antonio. We'll top out at around 86 here. Meanwhile, low to mid 80s across the hill country. Down towards the south and west, there will be a couple spots that we'll get into the 90s, about 92 in Eagle Pass and in Carrizo Springs. This afternoon, dry. Tomorrow morning, it'll be cloudy. It'll be muggy. Tomorrow afternoon, there could be a shower. I am tracking a pretty strong storm that's going to be moving towards our area Friday. It's going to bring us rain Friday night into early Saturday. We'll talk more about that. Talk about rainfall amounts, your full forecast showing the 7-day for all the zones coming up.
Jeanette, thank you. It's a standoff taking center stage in New York City. Broadway musicians are threatening to strike as early as tomorrow if an agreement over a new contract isn't reached at some point today. Emily Akita joins us with what it means for the theater district.
Hey, there were a lot of eyes on this, with theater lovers asking, will the curtains close on Broadway? The union representing musicians says it plans to go on strike tomorrow if they cannot reach an agreement over a new contract with the Broadway League. They're asking for better wages, more health care contributions, and job security. What would it mean? Well, the union says it would cause 23 musicals to go dark, including Hell's Kitchen here. The Broadway League, in the meantime, saying in a statement in part, we value our musicians and we are committed to working in good faith. The last major strike on Broadway happened back in 2007. It was led by stagehands and it persisted for 19 days, costing the city millions of dollars in lost revenue. As for this latest standoff, both sides are set to be returning to the negotiating table in a last-ditch effort to keep the music playing. Back to you.
Big weekend in downtown San Antonio, a lineup of all the festivities after the break.
Today, the city is giving you a chance to get your flu shot for free. Flea shot. Combined them, huh?
You could get that too. Some might need it.
Metro Health is hosting a flu vaccine clinic from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., so time's running out. This is over at the Wheatley Heights Sports Complex. Don't need an appointment, just show up. However, space is limited, so they're going to close up shop when they run out of supplies.
The city is honoring Dia de los Muertos by hosting a Day of the Dead River Parade. News 4 got a look at the colorful barges that'll be in the parade. The 23 boats will feature colorful decorations and more representing Day of the Dead. And something new this year, a festival happening as part of the parade.
We're doing a festival type of atmosphere, so you're going to be able to have food and drinks and artists and vendors, and then have the parade come through a festival setting.
The celebration also features an inaugural 5K run and family walk that's happening this Saturday. Also this weekend, you can fall in love with a new companion at San Antonio's largest pet adoption fair. Animal Care Services Dogtober Fall Festival features hundreds of adoptable pets. It's taking place at the ACS building on the west side off Highway 151. All adoptions include spaying and neutering, vaccinations, and microchipping. There'll also be a pumpkin patch, hay rides, and live music.
I was just imagining all the dogs on the hayride. I think that would be fun, huh? A free IVF treatment sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Get the scoop on how the Walk of Hope helped one family and how it can help yours too.
Beautiful outside. Live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez low weather camera. 78 degrees and partly sunny. The air is dry, humidity very low. There's a noticeable breeze, which is comfortable from the east-northeast, just over 10 miles an hour. It does get warmer and more humid Thursday and Friday. Then a cold front comes in. Rain is in the forecast. Could that mess up your weekend outdoor plans? I'll let you know coming up in just under a few minutes.
Well, I cannot think of a better title when it comes to IVF treatments than Walk of Hope. On Sunday, a group called Resolve, the National Infertility Association, is hosting their annual walk to raise awareness. They got an incredible raffle prize. So here to talk about that, Dr. Linda Strano-Burton, who is the Walk of Hope chair and support group leader, and Andy Barloka, who won the raffle a few years ago, and now Andy has the best title in the world, and that is Braden's mom.
Aww.
Yeah? Doc, let's start with this. IVF treatments are hard, they're expensive, they're stressful, they're a lot.
Yes.
And the woman obviously is carrying 99.99999% of the burden on all that.
I promise it's hard for you.
But it's hard. It's hard for a family. How did you end up working with Resolve?
Well, I am a fertility warrior myself. I was diagnosed with infertility in 2008, and it took me a lot of grieving to get to the point to start fertility treatments. And as you said, it was hard, it was isolating, it was expensive, it was time consuming, it took all from us. And so I became an expert, and I was also doing graduate studies at the same time. And I became very interested in learning more about infertility. So I did a study on infertility. I got a PhD out of it, and I learned all, and I created my own business, which was an infertility coach that over time has developed in mental health. So I provide coaching, I provide mental health. As I was doing that, I learned about Resolve, and I started going to fertility groups myself, and I learned the power behind it.
Andy, your journey here to Resolve, what was that like for you and your family?
I joined Resolve, the support group, much the same as Linda was saying, because needing to have some other like-minded individuals to walk alongside me in the journey. I ended up doing IVF and having a miscarriage 2 months before the walk that we ended up winning. And we were the last one called of the 5 IVF cycles given away that year. We had 1 ticket in the drawing and got my beautiful baby boy.
That's amazing. Finish this sentence here. IVF is what to you?
It's family. It's an opportunity for the impossible. What felt impossible at the time.
So explain this to me, because I want to make sure that our audience understands. There's a walk here to talk about awareness, to put it all out there, and as you said, be around like-minded people who are experiencing the same thing.
Yes.
The raffle is a chance to have a treatment for free.
Yes. So the walk is the biggest event that we do as a group in San Antonio. It's fertility clinics are so generous. They give us the opportunity for raffling IVF. So we're going to have a 5 IVF and 1 egg freezing cycle. And IVF, as you know, it's very expensive. So this is our opportunity to give people that hope and that chance to become parents.
I talked too much, so we're running out of time. But you guys have given us great information. Where and when is the walk?
The walk is in, at the Almost Basin Park Sunday, this coming Sunday on the 26th. Registration opens at 12. The walk starts at 1. The fertility tickets are only sold online. People need to register through our registration site. They can raise $75 for 1 entry and $150 for 2 entry. You can get only 1 entry as an individual or 2 as a couple, no more than that. It's fair for everybody.
What's the website?
The website, it's called The Pledge. We have a link and we have a Q code that you guys are displaying on TV right now.
There it is. My producer's going to go crazy and be mad at me because I'm going to ask you one more question, but I'm going to do it anyway. What do you want the world to know about Braden?
I want them to know that he is a beautiful baby boy, and this opportunity couldn't have happened. I wouldn't happen without it.
How old is he?
He's 2.
He's 2. Well, Andy, I have my own, my wife and I have our own Braden. His name is Luke, and he will turn 16 in 2 weeks. So we are both living proof that IVF works. It is hard and tough, but with groups like what you have, thank you so much for what you're doing for all of us. We appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
Jeanette, over to you.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
Walk for Hope, that's the perfect title. And I'm happy to hear that the walk will be happening on Sunday because there's rain in the forecast for early Saturday. So I am tracking a pretty big storm system that's going to be coming toward Texas on Friday. It's going to push a strong cold front through our area Friday night into early Saturday. That's when I do expect widespread showers and even some thunderstorms. Although I'm not expecting a big severe weather event, there could be some isolated strong thunderstorms late Friday night, talking after midnight through very early Saturday morning. Some of the strongest storms could produce some heavy rain that could cause some isolated flash flooding, also some brief high winds, and there is a small chance for maybe an isolated tornado. Let's take a closer look at that weekend weather forecast. So I'm going with a 60% rain chance Friday night. Then it looks like we'll still see some scattered showers and thunderstorms lingering at least until 8 o'clock Saturday morning. And then notice the rain tapers off. Saturday afternoon will be drier. It'll be cooler. Highs will be in the low 80s. Sunday, certainly dry, much cooler in the morning, low 60s, and then in the afternoon becoming mostly sunny and highs for the second half of the weekend closer to the mid 80s. Here's the setup right now. We have this upper level ridge that's sitting off towards the south, but that's the storm that will be moving toward Texas. The center of the storm will be in North Texas, so that's where I do expect a lot of activity Friday into Saturday. Right now, we're seeing gorgeous conditions behind yesterday's frontal boundary, which is well to the south. We do have lower humidity here. Notice the rain that's already pushing inland associated with that storm. Rain getting into Utah, Arizona, some of it already reaching New Mexico. We'll likely start to see rain over West Texas from that feature Friday in the afternoon. No rain for the area today, but tomorrow as the humidity increases, of course, the air becomes more saturated. We're going to start off with clouds, and then tomorrow afternoon there could be a very isolated shower from San Antonio to the eastern zone. It does turn warm and muggy for your Thursday and Friday. Here comes the front again, coming in Friday night through early Saturday, moving away later on Saturday, and then by Sunday much better. It looks like not only is the chance for rain going up, but also it looks like the amounts of the rain increasing. This is now showing upwards of 1 to 2+ inches from San Antonio to the north and east. We'll be on top of that for you. Real quick, in the tropics, we do have Tropical Storm Melissa. That's in the Central Caribbean. Looks like it's going to sit just to the south of Jamaica, possibly intensifying to a major Category 3 hurricane. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Could see an even stronger front coming in next Tuesday or Wednesday. That may not produce a lot of rain, but it could bring some chilly temperatures. That's your forecast. You can get this online at news4sa.com. We'll be back after the break.